just want to give you all a short testimony of how Jesus can transform anybody. Because back in the day, before I knew Jesus, I was one of the worst of the worst. I was the type of dude that you couldn't take home to your parents. They were like, right away, hey, get rid of him. Because I wasn't exactly Mr. Goody Two Shoes. You know what I'm saying? I ran away from home when I was young because of problems at home with my father, you know what I'm saying? And I was raised on the streets. I lived on the streets. I lived with a friend's houses and whatnot. I didn't have a upbringing when I was a kid. I didn't have the things kids had. A loving father. I didn't have, Christmas time. What do we do at Christmas time? We would sit on the stoop, and on Christmas Day we would wait to see who got what, and we would take it from them. And then later on in life, I started drinking. And by the time I was 22, I was a full-fledged alcoholic, and I was gangbanging. So, you know what? I had to take myself off the streets because I seen the path that I was going in. I guess you could call it divine intervention. But I got off the streets, and I went to college. I went to Job Corps. I joined the Army. And everybody that I used to know, that I used to hang out with, all my cliquer, they were dead. They were locked up or dead. And that was God telling me that if I had to stay where I was going, and if I had to continue doing what I was doing, I'd be in the same predicament as them. I'd be going as well. But it came to the point where I was at the end of myself, and I asked for Jesus, and he showed up on me. Of course, it took like 50 years of my life to understand that I needed a change, that I was, my life was in total destruction. But I called on that name, and Jesus came to me. You know what I'm saying? Transformed me. Now I can't believe the things I used to do and the life that I used to live. That's why I rejoiced in the Lord so much. Amen. That's why I rejoice in the Lord so much. Somebody asked me, why you go so hard for Jesus? I said, brother, if you knew what Jesus did for me and what I had to go through, you'd be rejoicing along with me. Amen. Amen.